here. So, Mataji, can you put the verse number 10, 1, 18? So we can recite that. It's very nice words about Krishna's appearance. And it tells many, many things. Canto 10, chapter 2, verse number 18, if you can put it. If it is possible, if not, then I will just read it myself. So I will read it. Tato Jagan Mangalam Achyutansam Samahitam Sur Sutena Devi Dadhar Sarvatma Kamatma Bhutam Pashta Yathanandakaram Manastaha Tato Jagan Mangalam Achyutansham Samahitam Surasutena Devi Dadhara Sarvatmakamatma Bhutam Kashta Yathanandakaram Manastaha Tato Jagan Mangalam Achyutansham Samahitam Surasutena Devi Dadhara Sarvatmakamatma Bhutam Kashta Yathananda Karam Manasta. Somebody wants to recite it? Please go ahead.
Tato Jagan Mangalam Achyutangsham Samahitam Shura Sutena Devi Dadhara Sarvatmakamatma Bhutam Kashta Yatananda Karang Manastha.
Tato. Go ahead, Prabhu.
Go ahead, Mataji.
No, go ahead, Prabhu.
Tato Jagan Mangalam Achyutam Sham Samahitam Shura Sutena Devi Dadahara Sarvatmakam Atma Bhutam Kashta Yathanandan Karam Manashta.
Tato Jagan Mangalam Achyutamsam Samahitam Surasutena Devi Dadhara Sarvatmakam Atma Bhutam Kashtayatananda Karam Manasta.
Hare Krishna. Tato Jagan Mangalam Achyutam Tam Sham Samahitam Surasutena Devi Dadara Sarvatmakamatma Bhutam Kashta Yathanandakaram Manasta. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Please go ahead, Mother.
No, Prabhuji, you go.
Hare Krishna. Tato Jagan Mangalam Achyutam Sam Samahitam Surasutena Devi Dadadar Sarvatam Abhutam Kashta Yathand Karam Manasta. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Tato Jagan Mangalam Achyutam Sam Samahitam Surasutena Devi Dadhara Sarvatmakam Atma Bhutam Kashta Yathanandakaram Manasta.
Tato Jagan Mangalam Achyutamsam Samahitam Shurasutena Devi Dadhara Sarvatmakam Atma Bhutam Kastha Yathanandakaram Manastha.
Thank you.
तो जगन्मङ्गलम् अच्युतांसं समाहितं सूरसुतेन देवी दधार सर्वात्मकमात्मभूतं काष्ठायथानन्दकरं मनस्तः.
Okay, so I will read translation. Thereafter, accompanied by plenary expansions, the fully opulent Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is all auspicious for the entire universe, was transferred from the mind of Vasudeva to the mind of Devaki. Devaki, having thus initiated by Vasudeva, became beautiful by carrying Lord Krishna, the original consciousness for everyone, the cause of all causes, within the core of her heart, just as East becomes beautiful by carrying the rising sun. So Prabhupada, the purport writing so many things, but he all the time comes with his plenary expansions like Baldevji, and with all opulence, he doesn't come like we come in this material world. Actually, he comes with all his paraphernalia. Even Radharani comes, Gokul, Jamunaji, everything comes, his whole Golok Vrindavan, like whole Vrindavan is just part of actually Golok Vrindavan. So this Vrindavan on the earth planet is very auspicious, very pure place. And Lord is saying in this verse that how he came. He comes. So first thing, he says that he transferred from the mind of Vasudeva. So Krishna doesn't come, out of seminal discharge, or intercourse or anything like that between male and female. He came first in the mind of Vasudeva, and then he was transferred because Vasudeva's mind was very pure. Because Vasudeva and Devaki in their previous birth in Satyuga, actually, they were Sutapa and Prashni. And they actually worshipped the Lord, many thousands of years. And they lived only in water, only on air, only they were boiling some leaves and they taking that, so they did so much tapasya. And after that, Lord was so happy and Lord came in front of them and they wanted actually from the Lord that we want a son like you. So then Krishna was very happy with them. And then he said, then Krishna thought, then who can be just like me? Nobody can be like, because Krishna actually is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nobody can be equal to him. So Krishna thought, he will come himself, So he came in the Satyuga, he came as a Prashnigar. And in the next Yuga, he comes as Vaman Dev or Upendra with the mother of like Kashyap Muni and Aditi. And in the Dwapar Yuga, he comes in the as the son of Vasudeva and Devaki. It's the same person actually, Sutapa and Prashni. They just comes different times. And so Krishna actually blessed them and took birth 3 times actually from them. So that's Krishna's greatness. We can see how much Krishna loves his devotees actually. So in this particular, at the end of Dwapar Yuga, actually he comes, he was transferred from the mind of Vasudeva to mind of Devaki, because he only can be transferred in the pure mind, pure heart, because he cannot come in dirty heart. So if we actually chant and purify our heart so nicely, then only Krishna will come. Otherwise, Krishna doesn't actually show up, So Krishna comes only in the pure heart. If our heart is dirty, Krishna doesn't like to. Who wants to come in the dirty place actually? So Krishna sees, his pure devotee, then definitely he will show his all the mercy and everything gets auspicious for that particular devotee actually. And saying Devaki having thus been initiated. So this is kind of initiation that from Guru's mind, the devotee, his disciple actually gets all the knowledge and everything from Guru and gets all the instructions, So this is kind of initiation. So similarly, when the Lord went from the mind of or heart of the Vasudeva to heart of Devaki. So this is a kind of initiation. That's why it's saying. So thus been initiated, Devaki having thus been initiated by Vasudeva. And when she carried the Lord in herself, in her mind, or in her heart, then actually she became so beautiful, because wherever is Lord Krishna, is all auspiciousness. So he was carrying the Lord, and she was so beautiful by carrying the Lord. So actually is saying here that Lord, she became beautiful by carrying the rising sun. So when the sky gets rising sun, when the sun comes, how beautiful the sky looks in the morning, like 6 o'clock or 6:15. At this time, nowadays between 6:15 and 6:30, if you see the sky, whole sky looks so beautiful by having the rising sun. So Krishna is compared here as rising sun. So today, actually, we should pray to the lotus feet of Krishna. So to come to our heart, and we should try everything to purify our heart by our sadhana bhakti. That is the only way. And Krishna we can never approach Krishna. We have to approach through the Guru, because Krishna cannot come to us. He comes by the mercy of Guru only. So we have to have Guru's mercy, and Krishna comes. And we are celebrating his appearance day in this world, actually, because Lord is always there. He is eternal. He is ajanma, actually. He never takes birth, and there is no end to his life, or no beginning. He is endless, and he is beginningless, actually. But still we celebrate his birth, just to remember all the leelas and how he came to this world and all those things. So, because all the Vedic literature says that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Krishna Astu Bhagavan Swayam. So Krishna is, and he is also absolute truth. There is nothing beyond that. And he is origin of everything. So there is nothing beyond whatever is existed in this world, is all comes from him, actually. And we can realize Krishna in the 3 different forms. So there is nice verse in the first canto and second chapter, 11th verse. Vadanti tattva vidas tattvam yajnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagwaniti shabdate. So Krishna comes in 3 forms: brahmeti, Brahma, Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagwan. Learned transcendentalists who know the absolute truth call the non-dual substance. So Krishna, nobody can copy the Krishna. That's why I say non-dual substance: Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagwan. So Krishna has these 3 features. Actually, it's the same Krishna, but people realize in different way. So like his impersonal form, or the effulgence over his body, that effulgence is known as Brahman form. And Paramatma form is the localized form, which is present in everyone's, all jiva, heart of all the jiva within the heart. And the Bhagwan form is the supreme personality of Godhead form, Krishna himself. So, and Krishna comes in all full 6 opulences, whatever he can give everything. Om Purnamadam Purnamadashyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. So if he is complete whole, he can give, like he has $10 billion, he gives all 10 billion, and still he has $10 billion. So he's always good, And the Krishna in Brahma Samhita, Krishna's form message, Krishna, Ishvara Param Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. So he says Krishna is the supreme Godhead. He has an external blissful spiritual body. His body is not like us, which decays or which get old or anything. And he is the origin of all, but he himself has no origin. Krishna has no origin. We all have origin, like our father, and then our grandfather, and then great-grandfather, so it comes in the line, but Krishna has no origin. And he is the primary cause of all the causes. So Krishna, he says in the Bhagavad Gita, Mame vansho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana mana shastrani indriyani prakritistani karshati. So Krishna says that the living entities in this conditioned world is my fragmental part. So all the jiva souls, they are his fragmental part. but due to conditioned life, because we got conditioned in this material world by the three modes of material nature. So that's why we are struggling so hard by our six senses, which includes the mind. So because of the mind, it desires so many things, and that's why we suffer so much and we struggle so hard in this life, to earn our livelihood, and so much pains. So these things all go on. So we can discuss a little bit why Krishna has to come here, what he gets actually out of coming here actually. Why Krishna descends? He's already Sachidananda, he's full of knowledge, full of bliss. And he lives in the spiritual world, Golok Vrindavan, and served and Vaikuntha Loks, and he is served by so many gopis and his pure devotees, so what is the need? He doesn't need anything actually. In the Golok Vrindavan, there is everything. And he has so many devotees to serve him there, because his spiritual world is 3 times more bigger than this material world. So there are so many devotees there and ready to serve him anytime, any moment. And there is no material contamination. This all greed and kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, there is nothing there like that. There is only liberated souls there. And there is no pain, nothing. So what is the reason for Lord to come here actually? He has nothing to gain here. Personally, he doesn't gain anything, but he comes out of his mercy to deliver us actually. So that is the actually great cause for Krishna to come here. We can compare this material world, like Prabhupada all the time says, that like a prison house. And we conditioned souls we are prisoners in this material life. We are here for reform. And we are restricted like prisoners. Like we cannot do this, we can stay only certain years, and then we have to go, we have to leave. Even we don't want to leave, but still we have to leave this material world. At the time of that, Krishna comes as call and take us away. And we get our body forcefully. And our body decays also, and it gets old. We cannot go anywhere or everywhere, wherever we want. As liberated souls, we can see if they are pure devotees of Lord, they can travel in the other planetary systems and everywhere. Like we can see Naradji, he's Mahabhagat, and he can go from one planet to other planet. He can go anywhere in the universe. So, and they don't need any spaceship actually, no rocket, nothing, they can just go like that. But we conditioned soul, we are bound by the ropes of the 3 modes actually, and we are not allowed to live. Like we want to go away from all the pains and sufferings, but still we cannot go. We have to live here and we have to suffer in this material world. But we have no other space to go actually, we have to live in this material world till all the karmas goes away. We do bhakti, then Krishna will actually take us back to his spiritual world. So we are actually bound here, and at the same time, we have to suffer in this material world. So Krishna comes here to reclaim us actually, because we are his lost children, and he wants us to come back actually and back to him. That's why he comes here. There is no other reasons. Like Krishna says, like why he comes here, in Bhagavad Gita, we will discuss that later on. But actually, Krishna comes in the human form actually, and man is made in the image of God. It's not like God is made as a human, actually man is made in the image of God. So Krishna comes in human-like form. That is very good actually for us, because it makes it easier for us in human body to relate to him. If Krishna doesn't come in the human form, then it will be very hard to relate. Now we can see the lotus feet of Krishna, lotus face of Krishna, we can see all his human form, and we can reciprocate with him. So there is in Bhagavatam, there is shlok in the 3rd chapter, why he comes here. Anugrahaya bhaktana manusam dehim astitah bhajate tadrashi krida yah shrutva tat paro bhave. So Krishna comes here when Lord assumes the human form, he shows mercy to his anugrahaya bhaktanam. So to show the mercy to his devotees, he takes a manusham deham astitaha. So he takes the human form. In bhajate tadrashi kida, he engages in such pastime, so we are attracted to his pastime. That's why Krishna does so many leelas in this material world. So we can get attracted to his pastimes, his all the leelas. We hear about those leelas, and then they become dedicated to him, and then he can reclaim them to the spiritual world. Actually, he comes to reclaim us and to deliver us. So this is the mercy of Krishna, and that's why he comes here. So, but how does he come? He does not take birth. Actually, comes like an ordinary human being, and he manifests himself like in front of the mother. He just came in the Vishnu form, 4-arm form. So that's why he comes here. In Bhagavad Gita, there is very nice slok in the 4th chapter, 6th verse. Ajo pisan avyayatma bhutanam ishvaro pisan prakriti swam adhisthaya sambhavami atma mayaya. So he comes by atma mayaya, by his own wills, sweet will, he comes in this world. So he say, although I am unborn, my transcendental body never deteriorates. And although I am the Lord of all living entities, I still appear in every millennium in my original transcendental form. So actually Prabhupada writes a very beautiful purport of this shlok. He says that Lord has spoken about the peculiarity of his birth, how he comes in this material world. Although he may appear like an ordinary person, he remembers everything. He remembers all his past births, wherever he came and whatever lila he did, But common man, we cannot even remember what. Like I went yesterday in my closet and I saw, I was not remembering what I was wearing yesterday. So we cannot remember even what we ate yesterday morning in breakfast. So our memory is so short, but Krishna remembers all the jivas' life, what they were, and all their karma and everything he remembers. So we can imagine, how Krishna can do all these things, because he is the Supreme Lord. Lord explains about his prakriti, and he says that he appears in his own body. It's not like he takes another body here, like we take different bodies in the different species. Sometimes we come in the form of a dog, hog, pig, or bird, or tree, or a small insect. So many birds we take, but Krishna comes always in transcendental form. And we can take in present birth, we are human, but next birth we don't know what body we will get. But Krishna comes all the time in the same eternal body, actually. And also Krishna never gets aged, like we get old. And then we have childhood, youth, then young age. And like that, we take so many different stages in the life. And we get old age, we get decade, and ultimately we die. But Krishna all the time stays youth, like in Kurukshetra war, Krishna was so like almost 100-year age, 96 to 100-year age. And he had so many great grandchildren and great grandchildren. But still he looked, everybody saw him there, and he looked like between 16, 17, 18 years like that, teenager age, he always looks so young. We never have seen any picture of Krishna, as an old or with a white beard or white hair or anything like that, Krishna doesn't look like that. Never. He's all the time youth. Now and like Prabhupada says in the verse we read, he appears and disappears like the rising sun moving before us. Like sun comes in the morning, and in the evening it disappears from our vision, and it lights other countries, like it goes to India in the night time, and then Asian countries, Eastern countries, and then comes to Western countries like that. So similarly, Lord also comes in this universe, and it goes to some other universe, and perform his Leela there and then goes to other universe like that. So Krishna's Leelas eternally continues, and at the simultaneously Krishna is also in Golok Vrindavan and he's doing all his Leelas there too. So we can imagine, how Krishna performs all this. And Krishna says that he comes by his Atma Mayaya. So he comes with the causeless mercy, his own causeless mercy. And Lord is the conscious of all his previous appearances, disappearances. And he performed his superhuman activities. Like we can see Krishna's birth, like he was only 7 days old and he killed Putna. We can see he was 7 years old and he lifted so big mountain Govardhan. So just on the small pinky finger, he danced on the Kaivalya, which was so big and so poisonous snake, So we can imagine his superhuman life activities on this earth. So Lord is actually same absolute truth always, without any difference between his form and himself, he is between his human quality or his body. They all same, it's not different. So Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, the next two shloka, yada yada hi dharmasya glane bhavati bharata abhyutanam dharmasya tadatmanam sajamiham pavitranaya sadhunam vinashaya duskritam dharma sansthapanataya sambhavami yuge yuge. So Krishna comes here, gives the reason that whenever there is decline in these principles, he comes here. And in the predominant rise of irreligion, when irreligion gets so strong, then Krishna comes here. At that time, I descend myself. And Pavitranaya, he comes to Pavitranaya Sadhananda to deliver the pious souls and annihilate Vinashaya Kachaduskritam, so and to annihilate the miscreants and to reestablish the principles of religion. He comes here millennia after millennia. Krishna has so many reasons to come here to this material world. So Bhakti Vinod Thakur actually writing that disciple is qualified to receive Krishna through his Guru only. And we cannot attain Krishna by our own effort. Krishna comes only by mercy of a devotee. Because who can give us devotion? Bhakti, who can give us bhakti? Only a bhakta can give devotee. So pure bhakta we approach, he can give us the devotion. By that only we can reach Krishna. So Bhakti Vinod Thakur said, Krishna se tomara, Krishna dite par, tamara shakati ahe. Ami to kangal, Krishna Krishna bole, dai tava pache pache. So Krishna is yours. You have the power to give him to me. So actually Krishna is of the spiritual master, actually the Guru, who is the pure devotee. He has Krishna. So he says, Krishna se tomara. So we are saying that Krishna is yours, actually, a Guru, a Gurudev, Krishna is yours. And you have power to give him to me. I'm simply running behind. Dhaya tava pache pache. I'm simply running behind you, shouting Krishna, Krishna. So this is the Sharanagati prayer of the Bhakti Vinod Thakur. So Krishna about his birth actually says, Janma karma cha me divyam, evam yo veti tatvatah taktva deham punar janma naiti mameti. So Arjuna. So Krishna's birth and Krishna's karma, all the activities, all the leelas, what we see in this world, they are all transcendental actually. And one who knows this is janma and karma. Evam yo veti tatvata, by actually in the real form actually. So after leaving that his body, he never gets a punarjanma, but he comes to the Lord in his spiritual abode. So by actually just remembering Krishna's birth and Krishna's activity and studying them thoroughly and praying to the Lord, then Lord can actually, we can go back to the Lord. So we can stop the miseries of this repeated birth and death, in different bodies, one body to other body, millions of bodies we had so far. And after that, we got this human form of body. So we should actually use it properly. So, like last Sunday, I spoke about the regions, so 3 regions we just read, that Krishna comes for his devotees, and like to call them, reclaim them to the spiritual world, giving pleasure to his devotees. And then he says that he comes for annihilate them miscreants. To annihilate the miscreants, Krishna can send his Sudarshan, and like Shishupal's head, he is chopped off, by Sudarshan. So he can send his like Vishnu form or anything, to kill all those demons. He need not to come here personally, but he mostly comes for the devotees actually, and also he comes to re-establish the dharma. So these 3 regions are here regions, and last Sunday I read 2 more regions from the Kavikarnapur's book, and those there are 2 special regions, Kavikarnapur writes in his Ananda Vrindavan Champu that he says that Krishna desired to descend on this earth to increase the fortune of Nanda and Yashoda. So Nanda and Yashoda's fortune, Krishna, because they were pure devotees. So, and he promised them, and they requested him to come as his son. So that's why he came again 3rd time actually, and he gave the pleasure to like Nanda and Yashoda Mata, because they wanted to have the parental affection, the Vatsalya Bhav, like Devaki and Vasudeva actually, they prayed for Krishna to come as their child. So Krishna came as their child, but like they never asked about parental like exchange of love. So Nanda and Yashoda wanted the parental affection. Nanda and Yashoda are actually real parents of Krishna, and they are eternal parents. If somebody wants, they can do as much as bhakti they want, but still they cannot be parent. That post is already taken away. So all this post, Krishna's brother like Baldevji, and now nobody can be brother of Baldev actually, it's all the positions, of this kind of thing, which is very close position to Krishna, they are all already full, so we can go and serve them in different as different devotees go there. Billions of devotees are serving Krishna all the time. And in Vaikuntha planets also, Lord Vishnu is served by the millions. Go Lakshmi Sahasra Satsang Sevamanam, so he's being served by millions of Lakshmis, so Krishna has no reason to come here actually. He is served by so many devotees, pure devotees, there is no reason for Krishna to come here actually. But second reason, Kavikarnapur is saying, at the same time, he wants to relish the sweet mellows of Shangar Ras. He comes to enjoy the Shangar Ras, paramour love actually, which is more better than like people have fun in the husband and wife, so this paramour love is it's a very pure love actually. And Krishna acts different leelas, with so many gopis and so many covered boys, so this is actually, that's why that's his desire, inner desire actually. And he has to inner desire to give the pleasure to Nanda and Yashoda, and that's why he came, and he wants to relish actually sweet mellows of the Shangar Ras. That's why he comes here. So at the time of Krishna's appearance, everything in the whole atmosphere actually was very peaceful, very beautiful, because everything was so beautiful and all the goodness prevailed throughout the entire universe. There was nothing actually which was unauspicious or anything, because everyone was getting prepared to receive Krishna to their heart. And then all the demigods, everybody knew, because when Lord Vishnu told Brahmaji that I am going to take birth in the house of Draupadi, as a son of Vasudeva and Devaki, and all the demigods should go, and all the wives of demigods also should take birth in the Yadu and Vrishni families. So they all follow them, and they were all here waiting for Lord to come, arrive, take birth here, like appear here actually, Srajamiham. So even all the stars were arranged in proper place, so they look so beautiful, and they were all auspicious stars, and they twinkled brightly in the sky, all the stars. And this earth was actually very beautiful. All the towns, villages, all the posturing ground they had all beautiful decorations, In Mother Earth, also all the lakes, all the rivers were filled with clear water. There was no mud or anything. And all the lakes were filled with lotus and lilies. And they were appearing very, very beautiful actually. And the trees and the plants, they were full of beautiful fruits and flowers. And the birds were singing very, very in sweet voice. And the breeze air was nice, gentle breeze. And it was the air, when touching the bodies of the jiva souls, it was very pleasing. And the air was also scented with all the fragrance of the flowers. So very beautiful smell in the air actually, so that's. And also at that time, all the brahmanas and all the rishis were really overburdened by the demons like Kansa, Jarasandha, all those demons were at that time. So, and they were not allowed to perform any Brahmanical work, any ritualistic ceremonies, any yajna or anything, So there was no sacrifice. Fire was burning. But then before Krishna came, everything came normal. They could do sacrificial fire, and they were feeling, all the brahmanas, they were feeling peace in the court of their heart. So environment was very, very peaceful actually. And all the brahmanas and sages can perform their duties nicely. And this is the description in Krishna book given about this material world. But even in the sky, in the planets of the heavenly planets, all the Kinnaras and Gandharvas were singing, Siddharth and Siddhas and Charanas were offering prayers, and Vidyadhars and Apsaras were dancing in jubilation, and demigods and celestial rishis showered flowers joyfully. And the clouds were very mildly or thundering, so making the environment so pleasant. And in that particular setting, actually, Krishna appeared in the form of Vishnu, four-handed form actually. And moon also at that time, it was in the waning moon of the Bhadra Paksha, and it was 8th day. Like today is the Ashtami. Today is the Ashtami, and he appeared on the Ashtami day. But moon was so happy because Krishna actually came in the moon dynasty. So moon was so overjoyous, very happy. So actually he became full like a Purnima's Chand. So similarly, when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually came in this world, it was Purnima. And but actually at that time, the moon actually hid in the clouds. And what he was hiding, that he said, that moon was thinking that the real moon appeared in Mayapur. That's why we say Mayapur Chandra. So when Mayapur Chandrama Prabhu Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath. So actually this Krishna is the Mayapur Chandra. So he is the real moon. So then the real moon, the moon thought that what is the need of me actually now? He can give the light to everyone and give coolness to everyone, So he was hiding with the shame, he was being shameful. But here, when Lord Krishna's appearance day, he was only half moon, but half moon showed full moon. Krishna can do everything, like we can see in Jarasandha, he made the whole world like the night is coming, and it was getting dark, and Jarasandha came out, and at that time, Krishna came as a son, bright son actually, and then he told Arjun to kill Jarasandha, kill him right now. So this is the thing. Okay, so the Krishna came in the four-armed form actually, Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. So he was holding all those forms, and on his chest there was the sign of Shrivatsa, mark of Shrivatsa, and around his neck he was wearing the Kaustubh jewel, and also he was dressed in the yellow garment, and he was having the blackish complexion like a dark cloud. Shama Sundar. his scattered hair were fully grown. Like when the child is born, their hairs are small, actually, not too long. But Krishna's hair were all fully grown hairs. And he had earrings, very nicely appearing, very wonderful, and it was sparkling with Vaidurya gems. And Krishna was looking very wonderful child, actually. In this way, Krishna appeared in the form of Vishnu, and in the prison cell, there was so much effulgence, because wherever Krishna comes, Krishna is Surya Saman, Maya Hai Andhakar. So Krishna comes, as thousands of suns appeared in the prison house. So it was well lighted, and it was midnight, but it was looking like daytime, complete daytime with full sun, like bright sun. It's coming. That much light was there. And at the time of when Krishna appeared in front of Vasudeva saw him in the Vishnu form. He was so happy, but he was in the jail with all the iron shackles around him. So he mentally actually gave donation of 10,000 cows to the Brahmanas. So he did it mentally, this thing, because he could not go out and do it practically, actually. So, and as soon as he saw Lord Vishnu as their child, he was completely fearless. All the fear went out of him. And he prayed to the Lord, "Oh Lord, you are the supreme person, you who has no beginning and no end." And he said, "You have created this material world also, and now you appear here and you entered. Although in fact you have not, because you are all pervading. Krishna is all pervading. He is in every small atom. So it's not Krishna was not here before, he was present in the form of all the atoms, in the form of Paramatma, in the form of all the Jiva souls, everything. So it's all like Krishna was there, but still he comes here personally to encourage the devotees. So when Devaki saw the child as a supreme personality of Godhead, she was greatly astonished. He was so much wondering, At the same time, due to parental affection, actually, she was afraid that Kansa will come and kill her. She knew actually that Supreme Lord has multi-billion times more power than Kansa. What Kansa can do to the Supreme Lord, but because she was her mother, and mother's job is to protect. So by Yog Maya's effect, she was forgetting that he's the Supreme Lord, and he requested that you, "Oh Lord, you dispel the fear of your devotees. So I request you to please give us protection from the terrible fear of Kansa. Please make this Vishnu form invisible and come in that human form, actually." So that was this request of Devaki, and that's why Krishna comes, in front of us in the form of like two-handed form, actually, in front of Devaki and Vasudeva in the jail cell. And as soon as Krishna was born, he was looking so beautiful, so effulgent, and then the effulgent went down a little bit, and he told Vasudeva that please take me to the Nanda Baba's house. So, and he make all the arrangements, that all the shackles opened and all the jail cell doors, iron door, big doors, they open automatically, and then Vasudeva's all shackles were cut off, and he was completely free. And the basket came, and he put the child in the basket and went. So actually, Krishna made all the arrangements, how he can be transferred there, and then from there, Vasudevaji bringing back the Yogamaya or Subhadraji, and that's why we say Subhadra is the Krishna's sister, and Baldevji is his brother. So that's why we are Jagannathji, Baldev, and Subhadra Mata. So these all three comes, they are the same as Krishna and Balram and the Subhadra. So I will end here, and we can discuss a little bit, but very auspicious day. We should all pray to the Lord to enter in our heart and give us the wisdom, so we can pray all the time to him, and we can actually serve him nicely by our pure heart So that will actually help us. And Krishna is in great mood today. So we should see his beautiful form, his lotus feet and lotus face later on. And actually we should get his blessings. So once we go in front of Lord, Lord sees us and blesses us. Actually, it's not like we go to see the Lord, but actually Lord wants to see us, and he blesses us when we are standing in front of him and praying by our own heart. So Krishna blesses us there. So we all need his blessings, and by his blessings only, we can actually get purified, and then he can actually reclaim us, bring us back to his abode. If he's very happy, and we get our Guru's blessings also. So by Guru's blessings, we get Krishna, and then our all bhakti is transferred through the Guru and through Radharani to Krishna. Then Krishna can take us back. So thank you very much. And now we can discuss anything, any questions, comments, any reflections. So please go ahead. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a nice Janmashtami. Happy Janmashtami to everyone. Thank you, Hari Bol.
Anybody has, or go ahead, Ramchand Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, happy Janmashtami. So yeah, Prabhuji, nicely you explained about the Krishna birth, Krishna Janmashtami, why we celebrate that. You choose very nice verse from 10th and 2nd chapter. So you explained nicely about that, this what are the 3 different pastimes, how Krishna took birth in the in the Satya Yoga, then to the Dwapar Yoga, from the Prishni Garbha, from Sutapa Prishni to then to the Aja Baman Dev, from the Kasyap Aditi and Aja Krishna in the from the Devaki and Vasudeva. I liked the one who you mentioned, like Krishna comes in the human form to show the mercy to his devotee. Anugrahaya Bhaktanam Manusam Devastita Bhajate Tadrisam Kreda Yasrutva Tatparo Bhavat. And Krishna performs it pastime so that the conditioned souls like us, will be attracted by hearing the Krishna pastime and activities. It was really wonderful project. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Prabhu. Anyone else has any comments?
Thank you very much, Prabhu, for getting our day started with nice Krishna Katha. Just as Krishna is going to be born today, and I pray that devotional service also continues to grow in us, and we continue to do more and more service, get a desire to do more service. So thank you very much, Prabhu.
Thank you.
There is a lot of service to be done at the temple, so anybody who is able to come to the temple, please do, and then we will see everybody for the program in the evening.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for your very nice class. And you said everything very nicely, but I really liked the part when you described the atmosphere when he was born. It was really gave me the picture of that atmosphere, very peaceful and pleasing. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Right.
Happy Janmashtami.
Happy Janmashtami.
Very nice to hear the Lord's pastimes. Thank you so much, Kaivalya Prabhu, on this auspicious day. I wanted to just mention that the temple will be open all day today. So at any point you can come take darshan. And deities are going to have a really beautiful new dress today that's offered to them. flower decorations that the devotees, many of you came even last night to help decorate and put together. So please come and see the Lord throughout the day. The program begins at 5:30, but it doesn't mean you have to come only at 5:30. You can come earlier, perform some service for the festival. Throughout the night, just a couple of key highlights. We have the Maha Abhishek at 9:30 tonight. We have dance performances from different members of the community starting at 8:30 outside. We have prasadam stalls that will be set up. Kirtans and Krishna Katha will go on in the temple room throughout the evening. And then we have a drama at 10:30. And then at midnight, we have the Maha Arti. We'll have chap and bog and a new flower dress offered to the Lord. So much is there. Please come, get involved as much as you can and receive the blessings of Lord Krishna. They say these holy days are like the mother of devotion because they breed within us, so much, so many blessings and so many opportunities to go deeper in our service to the Lord. So I hope to see you all today. Hare Krishna.
Hare.
Thank you again.
Vancha kalpatarubhyasya vasilesya
Itanam pamanam
Vaishnavi Namo Namaha.
Vaishnava Prabhupada.